everyone to another wonderful episode of Talk is Cheap, where your knowledge and the stats are proven here. We have Kyle Schillenford, we have Ludolf, and you have me, Giovanni Mentor, as your host. And this week, we're bringing you something very, 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 very special. We're bringing you one of the best teams so far that we're looking at in Miami. And I'm not talking about the Miami Heat. We're talking about the St. Thomas University's men's basketball team. They've been doing a phenomenal job. They're part of the NAIA Division II, and so far they're doing pretty well. They're 15-4 right now, putting them second overall, and they're also 8-1 in the conference, also putting them second overall. So, guys, what do you guys think about the St. Thomas University Bobcats team?
Well, you know I love watching the men's basketball team. You know, they took out the #1 ranked team, Embry-Riddle, and then took out the #7 ranked Northwood. So, you know, so now they're on a 4-game winning streak, and they're going to continue to keep on rolling throughout the season.
Yeah, the Bobcats are a very good team. They was good last year. They made it to the NAIA championship, and they fell off, but they made it back this year. They got a lot of returners, so it's going to be a very good team.
Alright guys, so check it out. Right now, St. Thomas University has 4 athletes that are averaging double-figure points. Now, this brings us to our first hot topic is, who do you think should get the ball for the last shot of the game? Ludolf, we'll start off with you first.
Well, there's a lot of players that they could choose from, but I think the person that they should choose is Kev. Kev's done it before. He's been there before. He's a vet, and he's proven it over and over again. Kev deserves the last shot.
That's Kevin Hickapy.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. All right.
I like your pick on Kev, but you got to go with Floyd Battle, who was the NAIA Player of the Week just last week, and he's leading the team with 18 points per game. Kev is that veteran. He's been there for 4 years for the Bobcats, but now Floyd just came in and just took his role straight from him. You know, he's averaging 18 points, like I said, shooting 48%. You got to give him the ball because he's just a straight shooter. Kevin is a playmaker, so he might be in the play for Floyd to hit the last shot, if that's what you need. But come on, you got to give it to Floyd right now.
All right, wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. I mean, yes, Kevin, you know, Hickaby's doing good, and Floyd, you know, Battle's doing all right. But you always, for me, not always, but I think we're missing one person, and that's, of course, the big man, that's tearing it up right now, Mr. DeMonte Simpson, who, of course, is controlling the paint, okay? He's averaging 13 points per game, and to tell you the truth, I give it to the big man. There's more of a chance of him getting fouled in the paint to maybe hit those last free throw shots, and he's been doing pretty good in his percentages so far, but y'all got to bring it to me more. Why you think...
Let me start off on this.
Okay.
Alright, you saying if DeMonte gets fouled, that gives him better chance?
He's
shooting 50% from the free throw line.
Come on.
Okay, I'm just saying.
What if we need a 3? He hasn't made a 3 all year.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Why is Kevin the best man for the job?
Why is Kevin the best man for you? You want me to tell you why, Kevin?
Tell me why.
He's done it before, over and over again, every time.
Just like that NAIA well, not the championship game, but when they was in the NAIA Nationals game, where Kevin had that spot up jump shot, the elbow shot.
I didn't say he's not perfect. So he's not gonna make all of them. That's 1 out of probably 30 chances. When you go to the game, you see Kev. In the last game, he had a career high at 29 points.
That was
that means he's still improving. He's still getting better. He's been over and over again proving that he takes the last shot. In the very last home game where he had 29, when the game was close, Kev just took over. He was just making 3. He made like 3 straight threes.
You're right.
He's on fire.
Okay, and then after that 2 straight threes, he hit an air ball, trying to go for 4. But let me tell you this, right?
Let me tell you one bad shot out of 4 shots.
Forwards, player of the week. Floyd Battle. Listen to me. Let me give you some stats. Floyd is averaging 18. Kev 15. Field goal, Floyd is 48. Kev 44. 3-point, Floyd is 37. Kev 35. Come on, free throw, Floyd is 77. Kev 71. He's leading all categories.
All the stats are very close. But those are all stats during the game.
During the game,
even
Floyd took over against Embry-Riddle.
But do you see
Floyd took over against Northwood.
Every time at the end of the game, who do you see with the ball taking the big shot?
Floyd.
Kev has
Floyd
done it every single year.
Done
he's
it.
been here. Kev has been the lead.
They had a nail biter.
Kev, every year that Kev has been here, he's either been the leading scorer or the second leading scorer.
Okay, and since Floyd came, he's been the leading scorer. So what does that tell you about Kev? Now listen to this. Listen to this.
Floyd is a great scorer. Floyd is a great scorer. There's nothing.
And he's
but
shooting
he's
better.
not as clutch. He's not as clutch.
Okay,
Those stats are throughout the game.
Let me tell you this.
Clutch,
Versus
Kevin's
Envy Little, they won 67-63 in a nail biter. Who was that guy to lead the team? 24 points.
75
Floyd.
to 67 is not a nail.
67-63. If I said it wrong. But let me tell you, now they went on to Northwood, the number 7 ranked team. They another nail battle. They
that
won
was his
94.
player. That was both of his players. That was during his player of the week. He had a great week.
Oh, see, you're caught now.
No, I'm saying he had a great week. But
listen, let me finish.
Okay,
Can I finish? Then they won again against Northwood. 94-91. Another nail battle. Leading scorer, 28. Floyd battle.
Okay.
Come on.
Floyd is a great scorer, but we're talking about who's going to take the last shot.
Okay,
so this is more of a clutch.
Okay, but I've seen him in more situations where Coach Patrick Gill gave Floyd the ball.
Overall, who has had the more clutch? Who you see
over
taking
the years,
more close shots?
Of course, Kevin. But when Floyd came through,
listen. Okay, you had your chance, and let me have my chance. Over the seasons that you've seen Kev, he's had many clutch shots at the end of the game, correct?
When Floyd wasn't there, yes.
Right.
Even last year he had great clutch shots.
Okay, not more than Floyd.
Well, last year,
not more than Floyd.
So Floyd was only averaging.
You don't know the stat on that, but you see Kev always take most of the last shots. I remember last year when I go to the games, I see Kev. He's always at the end of the ball.
I saw
even in the championship, you said Kev missed a shot. Why was he taking the shot? Because he's proven that time and time again that he comes through.
Okay, who gets the ball? True, and he got it that once. But Floyd been getting the ball more times than Kevin, and you cannot lie to me since Floyd been coming, because Floyd is just that natural shooter.
But listen,
Kevin's not a more natural shooter than Floyd.
Kevin's there at the end though. Kev is that defensive player. He sets a defensive tone just like Coach Brown told us.
We're not talking about defense.
But he comes through at the end. He plays defense through the game.
18 points a game. Floyd battle.
Settle down.
Stick a fork in it.
15-3-3. Kevin Hincapie.
All right. Well, hey, you guys hear it? It's either between Kevin or Mr. Floyd. So I hope this ain't starting no rivalry. If they're watching right now, guys, don't go overdoing it to try to impress us.
Kev, show him.
We'll see who. All right, everybody, moving on into hot topic number 2. So hot topic number 2, how far can the Bobcats make it this season? So far, we've seen great numbers from them. The team is really doing well as in their percentage shooting points. So, Kyle, how far can they make it?
Well, I can't put a stamp on that now, but I could tell you they probably might go in the national championship, and they might pass the final 16. They might be in the Elite 8 or probably the final 4, because the last 2 seasons, both teams got a bid. They didn't win the conference, but they got a bid to go in the national championship, and they went to the final 16, and they fell short. You know, but I'm thinking this team right now has a deep bench. They got one of the best starting fives in the conference to me. You know, they have 4 players scoring in double figures. Right. So they could go either to the Elite 8 or the Final 4 or even further. So I want to see it, though. I want to see it. I love it. I love to watch.
So what are you saying? They can go as far as to the finals and win the whole thing? So they can reach the top. That's what you're saying.
They can, but they got to make some more adjustments, because I'm going to tell you what that adjustment is going to be when we get to the debate.
Okay.
But Elite 8 or Final 4 right now?
Elite 8 or Final 4?
In the national championship.
That's the best champion. That's the
right now until the adjustment.
What about you, Ludo?
Okay. I think that this team can go all the way to the Final 4 and even win the whole thing. I feel that it's a team that's very experienced. Like he said, they've been in the championship, the NAIA championship, final 16 the past year. So they've been there before. They know what to expect. Nothing's going to surprise them. So I think they can go all the way.
Okay. All right. So how far can the Bobcats make it? To tell you the truth, when we look at the stats compared from 2010 till now, the stats don't lie, and we know this as analysts. You guys know this, that the stats doesn't lie. And right now, they're averaging 81 points per game compared to the past couple of years, well, 71 or 72. They're beating their past 2-3 years in steals, assists, rebounds, and field goal shooting, 48% compared to last year, which was 45, and the previous year, which was 44. So, I believe that they will go beyond that 16, mark that they've been falling on. So I agree with you on Kyle making it to that 4-8, but I also think Ludov, I think they could make it all the way there. But
Should I believe
there's a big difference between making it all the way and 4 and 8.
Okay,
there's a reason.
So I'm gonna tell you why, but I do believe they can make it to the championship and win it all. But that adjustment is gonna be Demetrius Allen. He started the first 6 games, if I'm not mistaken, for the Bobcats, and he was phenomenal. I call him the STU version of LeBron because he can get to the hoop, he can knock down the threes, he can dunk it. He's stylish, he's everything, But now he's not starting for the Bobcats. Why? I don't know what Patrick Gale has up his sleeve. If he's taking the Dwayne Wade approach to resting him if any injuries occur, but he got to get Demetrius Allen back into the starting lineup or make him that 6th man. Because Demetrius is powerful, and he's going to be important to the Bobcats' success.
I also agree with that Demetrius is a big part of what they were doing at the beginning of the season, and I don't know why Gale has put him into that cellar. I don't know if it's because he's making too much turnovers, or I see that his shooting percentage is falling. It's going down to about 42%, up from where about 45, 46 at the beginning. So I think that, yes, that's a big deal, but I think that a change that needs to be made is Shaq has to stay out of foul trouble. Shaq is pretty much the only player on the team that can be that big shot blocker. They have bigs, but no one is that big inside dude that could on defense, right? They have DeMonte and other players that can that are big on offense that can put in a few points. But Shaq is a little bit of both. So Shaq gives him that aggressiveness off the bench, and I also agree that DeMonte needs to. Not DeMonte. Demetrius needs to fix his game and get back into whatever he needs to do so the coach can play him, because he's that extra scoring punch that they need. Right now, they're about 29th in the nation in scoring.
19.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's 19th. They're 19th in scoring.
Scoring, I don't know about that. Sorry, I thought you was thinking rankings as in overall, but you might be right about the 29. My bad. Continue.
Okay, so 19th or 29th in scoring. I think it's 29th in scoring in the league, because I think the highest is like 98 and we're like at 81. So they do need an extra scoring punch, as well as Shaq needs to be there to stay out of that foul trouble to give them that defense.
Okay, question. If this lineup stays the same, as Demetrius Allen is, getting less minutes every day, do you think they're going to make it to the championship?
I think it'll be tough. I don't think they can keep up that scoring punch, because I'm saying if they're scoring 81 and some of the better teams are averaging 98 points per game, that's a 19-point difference. They need to find that scoring somewhere, and their bench is a very solid bench, but him and Shaq are the big scorers, and Demetrius is a bigger scorer than Shaq. He's proved it at the beginning when he was averaging like 20 points a game. So they need that extra scoring punch. He needs to do whatever it takes to get back up.
Well, and then, cut to the
Well, regardless of how
Demetrius Allen.
Demetrius Allen, excuse me, is doing, like we say, the stats don't lie. Right now, the Bobcats are 2nd overall.
Yes,
okay,
right.
They're a very good team.
They of course do need to improve that, but just to show you, even without Demetrius Allen right now, they're still that number 2 overall and number 2 in the conference.
I understand that, but guess what? This is not conference that we're trying to. That they're trying to reach. To me, I think they already got the conference unlocked.
Okay.
But they got to focus on the national championship, and they're gonna need Demetrius Allen, to me, because right now he's averaging 9.6 points.
So then, do you think they could win the conference and make it to
right now? They've proven it. They've beat number 1, number 7. They've been number 1 in the conference before.
But
they have to stay focused and defense. This team has to focus a lot on defense, because, like I said, they're not one of the better scoring teams, but they are one of the better defensive teams. So if they can keep that focus on defense and be there at the end of the game, they can win a lot. They can go as far as
number 1's in steals, man.
Because of Kevin Hincapie averaging 3.1. So.
Second in the league.
But I feel they can go. But they could go to the championship for the Nationals. But they gotta situate that Demetrius Allen
All right, guys. So it's for the best part of our show. We're going into our stat cruncher. So this week, stat cruncher is.
What's so hard?
Floyd Battle with 24 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals.
Who?
Floyd Battle. Okay,
Floyd is a
so
great player.
not only did he do an outstanding job in scoring for that game, he also was the Player of the Week, the NAIA Player of the Week. Now, Floyd has been doing exceptionally well last year, only scoring 13 to now scoring 18 points per game. Right now in the conference, he's averaging 20 points per game just for the conference alone. So, beating Emory Riddle was a big game. As you guys know, Emory Riddle was the NAIA champion last year, so they beat them at their first home game and also their first conference play. So, Floyd, doing a great job.
Yeah, that's a great performance by Floyd. He filled up the stat sheet and he did very good.
Well, let me elaborate on Floyd Battle. Mr. 18 points per game, but in that Player of the Week, he averaged 23, and in the game that we mentioned, he averaged 24 points in that big win against Emory Riddle. So Floyd got to keep doing what he does, and he's going to keep doing what he does because guess what? He's Floyd Battle. He's not Kevin Hincapie. He's Floyd Battle.
Come on. Let's not even go back into this.
I'm just saying, man. The man is a natural shooter.
He's a
natural shooter.
Okay.
He's a good scorer.
You know, Floyd is like Kobe. Kevin is like Nate Robinson.
All right. Anyways. So you guys here, our stat cruncher was Mr. Floyd Battle. You know what time it is. It's time for Give Me Some. So, Kyle, give me some.
My first Give Me Some is going to be, well, we're doing the Bobcats. So
right.
My first Give Me Some is going to be Patrick Gill, the head coach of the Bobcats. It's not a bad Give Me Some.
That's a big dog.
That's the big dog. And I got to go to the big dog because I want the big dog to carry this team to the NAIA National Championship. So I need the big dog to step it up. And it's not going to be a bad thing. But I need to know what's going on with Demetrius Allen, coach. I need to know. I might even step in your office tomorrow and try to figure out what's going on. Because right now, Demetrius Allen is averaging 18 points, and he's scoring now 9 points a game. Come on. I projected probably about him averaging 13 to 15 points about this time of the season, yeah. But now he's reduced minutes. You know, he looks like he isn't playing enough minutes. You know, he's in the doghouse, and I don't know why. So Patrick Gill, I'm coming to you for some questions. So right now, I'm gonna need you to give me some because I think Demetrius Allen is gonna be the key to the Bobcats' success to make it all the way to the national championship. So Coach Patrick Gill, give me some. Give me some.
All right, Ludolph, give me some.
All right. My give me some for the Bobcats is gonna be Devon Shaq Bryant. Shaq, you got to stay out of foul trouble. You're first on the team in fouls with 66 fouls. That's a lot of fouls. When Shaq is in the game, that's that aggressive force, that intimidator. He brings a lot of quality to the games. He gives them that ferocious team because mostly their guards are finesse. Like they're on offense, they're finesse. They run pick and screen. They find their spots. They're not all and they pull up for jumpers. They're not going to drive all the way to the rim. Shaq and DeMonte are that big inside. DeMonte is always there throughout the game. Shaq needs to follow in his footsteps and be there throughout the game because he gives them that presence on defense, like I mentioned earlier. He's the only one on the team that can consistently block shots, and they need that for that defensive pressure. So Shaq, give me some. Give me some right now.
Yo, you know Shaq is a big man, right?
Right. And I was going to
watch what you say.
Hey.
Watch what you say, because that man will crush you.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to agree with Ludolph on that. Give me some. I think, Shaq can, of course, indeed bring more to the game.
Oh, y'all like pain, huh?
Listen. He is doing pretty well so far in points, averaging 10
good.
points per game. But we need to see that more of the defensive rebound and offensive rebound because DeMonte could do it, but he can't do it by himself. Right. So you can be that missing piece that helps the Bobcats to improve their defense. So, DeMonte, you got to give me some.
I'm going to stay away from that, give you something. Y'all two got something in for y'all.
Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this exclusive show about the St. Thomas University's men's basketball team. Make sure to check us out on our Facebook, check us out on Instagram, look us up on YouTube, and also make sure to check us out on Twitter. And remember,
we got it.
Oh God.
I just want to say something about the Bobcats.
The Bobcats? Okay.
Alright,
we'll give you this last couple minutes.
I've been watching them playing for a while. I've been here for 3.5 years. And I've been watching the Bobcats.
I'm 39, by the way.
So I watched them when David Nesbitt, if I said the name right, ran the team from the Bahamas. So and they, I think, went to the NAIA championship as well. But just to tag on to what the Bobcats do, I have to talk about Kevin Hincapie. His form of shooting is just, I don't even know how to comment. It's acrobatic. It's unorthodox.
Okay.
And that Kev, tell me what you're doing there. Tell me what you're doing there, Kev. So I like the way you follow through with your free throws, Kev. But Kev, you're like what, 5'4"? You're already short. You don't need to bend your knees, Kev. You don't need to bend your knees, Kev.
All right, Kev.
I got one more. I got one more. I love the Bobcats though. Kev is my man. Kev is that defensive specialist.
Okay.
Kev is too nice. But I got to go on to Chuck now. Chuck is a new guy. I love Chuck. I love his aggressiveness. He's aggressive on the offensive end and the defensive end. But Chuck, like, he's walking on his toes. He's dancing on his toes. And it's good. It's good. But I don't know what's the cause for that. But Chuck is playing good. He's averaging what, 6 points per game with 3 rebounds. But that whole ballerina kind of thing, I don't know what Chuck is doing, but but they are good. I'm not gonna lie, And to add on Bryant, Shaq, the big man Shaq, just keep doing what you're doing. I had nothing with what they did with that. Give me some. All right, so.
Well, so far, Ludolf, I think we're in the clear. I think we put one person down, but I think he went
shout out Coach.
Yeah,
shout out.
He went to my man Floyd. If we don't see him on the show next time, we know what happened. He got stuck in the locker.
Shout out to my man Floyd though. NAIA player of the week. We did interview him, so y'all be seeing that.
It's coming up. All right, guys. Good night. Hope you guys enjoyed the show.